Hey guys, Shaggy here. Recovering from psychosis and other obstacles. Introduction. Hello everyone, my name is Shaggy and I am making this video as a form of introspection, and I would like to share my experiences and in regards to my journey recovering from psychosis and other personal obstacles. But before I talk about me recovering, let me tell you all what psychosis is first. Psychosis is a mental health illness where a person might feel a disconnection from reality. It might be a feeling such as the following, to name a few: aggression, confusion, or disorientated thinking, fear, nervousness or excitement, restlessness, self-harm, suicidal ideation. To name a couple of symptoms of psychosis, they include hearing voices, seeing figures, delusions, paranoia. 2017. Now that I've sort of demystified what psychosis is, let's talk about my journey along the road to recovery from psychosis. For me, 2017 to 2018 was a bumpy ride until finally 2019 arrived, when things began to settle down a bit in terms of mental health. As 2017 was the same year I was hospitalized in a mental health ward for 29 days, voluntarily, as I preferred to be in hospital to keep myself safe and secure from harm's way. I've created a video about me reading my logs from the journal that I recorded during my time in a mental health ward. I'll place that link down below. Nonetheless, 2017 was still a rough year since I was discharged from the hospital, and the fact that 2016 and 2017 was my senior years in high school, it's ingrained in my mind that 2016 and 2017 were probably the worst years of my lifetime so far because of a mental health illness. 2018 was supposed to be the year I was to start work. Nevertheless, my luck with looking for work with an employment agency was slim at the time, as I was refining my circle of friends and ended up unfriending a friend in real life. Some people have mentioned it as a gap year since I was simply taking a break, but the truth is the fact that I was waiting for my HSC investigation, as it was at the time currently investigated. 2019. A year passes and 2019 starts with a bang. I ended up finding a job with on-the-job training for a 3-month contract in a discount grocery store with the parent company that owns this business, through this same employment agency I have been with since 2018. It was also the year where I eventually got my HSC investigation result and went to visit my former high school with my mom to hear the news from the school principal that frankly I can't receive a HSC. But that didn't seem like an obstruction. However, it was a hindrance, as it was a long wait for the result of the investigation, which I cannot get back. During the same time, I studied an online course through a private RTO, or registered training organization, through my employment agency, which was a Cert 3 in business, which had me a little stressed out because I had to complete it within a short period because my time in the employment agency was going to expire, as I had already found a job, which was the aforementioned discount grocery store assistant. Afterwards, in 2019, I commenced a TAFE course, since one of my aunties suggested to work in a library, since you're not selling a product, rather helping the community through information, which was a Cert 3 in Library and Information Services. 2020. Fast forward to 2020, and I'm still studying that Cert 3 TAFE course, but at the moment I'm hitting the books at home due to the coronavirus outbreak. I also forgot to note that I'm currently in a long-distance relationship with my girlfriend, who I met online since late 2017, and I have been in a relationship since 2018. The greatest obstacle for me is the fact that I cannot revert to my former self, which was pre-psychosis Neil, which I'll probably then say the most spontaneous yet intelligent self I have ever been in my lifetime. That was me in 2016 until late 2016. I was losing myself due to bad grades, becoming antisocial to study hard to receive good grades, until I just snapped and had numerous instances of suicidal ideation, tried running from home, etc. It is clearly evident that I miss my old friends. It is clearly evident that I miss my old self, as I was more entertaining and interesting to people as my former self. One example is the fact that my girlfriend states that she sometimes loses interest in chatting with me, as I am boring and uninteresting. She states that I am calm and serious, where she is spontaneous and bubbly, which in terms, as she said it herself, we are kind of the polar opposite. What bugs me the most is that when she said I'm boring and I don't talk about interesting topics, which in truth I do have interesting topics to talk about, but she declines to listen to me sometimes, mainly because I personally have to start the conversation and not her, because she's a woman, merely because she believes in this custom where men have to engage first before the women. But for me, it's just a conversation, If she wants to speak about something, she should bring it up herself, because a majority of the time I try talking about a topic, she refuses to converse on that topic or has no knowledge of that topic, which is the same for our podcast, which we never get to record because she doesn't like recording a podcast. What's even more frustrating is that I try other things that to make her happy, such as writing a poem together or making a song for each other. She doesn't like writing poems together. I feel frustrated and aggravated by the fact that I cannot entertain my partner because I'm boring and uninteresting. Still, that's not to say we're not strong in our relationship. We always fix or find solutions to our troubles in our relationship. If we ever have a fight, it would normally last a few minutes to hours. The longest being a daylight or less than a day or so. Such as this year, where me and my girlfriend went from playing old school RuneScape or OSRS to playing online chess, and finally the current game we're playing is Avakin Live on mobile. Also, in the good news is the fact that we had a day in Valentine's Day where we bought ourselves food and a video called, and I bought her flowers online that got shipped to her boarding house. In terms of my employment status this year, I'm currently in limbo with my new employment agency, since it's an employment agency that caters to people with disabilities, as I wait for my employer to call, but due to the virus it made matters worse. But at least I'm keeping myself engaged and healthy by being mentally and physically healthy for the time being. So yeah, I hope you liked it, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you guys think.